Well, I'm 28 years old. I live here in California most of my life. Not too long ago, I was in the United States Army for a while, a couple years, deployed to Iraq, both missions, Iraqi Freedom, Operation New Dawn. I came back to California, started a family of my own, and currently now I'm a police officer here in California. Unfortunately for me, I guess you'd say I've been under the knife too many times, being injured at work, being with the Army. With the Army, I was a United States Army paratrooper, jumping out of airplanes and so forth, And just going on with stuff, as a police officer, the stress isn't due with that. And he explained to me, hey, you know what, man, I got this water that actually I think would really help benefit you and your family and you alone. And after talking with a buddy of mine who actually, had some great benefits from the system and from the water itself, I said, okay, all right, we'll go ahead and come on down. And that's when actually I made the jump. So the very first benefit was my metabolism. Unfortunately, first week I started drinking it, a glass or two in the morning, and I couldn't get off the toilet for a while. Which, I've taken cleansers and, shots of wheatgrass from Jamba Juice, and, it actually helped out a lot, Cleaned out right away. What I first noticed was my metabolism jumped up, skyrocketed, and for a good thing. So, and then the other benefit I also had was the high energy I had for it. Whereas when I wake up in the morning, I used to feel a little bit sluggish, especially with the odd hours at work. I usually work graveyard hours, and my work day typically runs from a 10 to 15-hour day. Unfortunately, I try to work a 10-hour shift, but unfortunately, if someone calls 911 at that 9th hour, 10th hour, and depending if you have to take someone to jail, you're looking just on an average of an extra 4 hours alone on top of what you're working. And we usually work in usually like a 4 to 5 day stretch and see what happens. And sure enough, one night I tried one glass, gave it some time. My body actually did feel relaxed, and I was actually able to comfortably go to sleep and get actually a good full night's of rest. I think my mood had to play a lot into it, my attitude. And when I mean my mood and my attitude is, for example, depending on what I'm gonna do for the day, I would either have one or two or more. So my ritual would be, hey, I'll have one glass of water. I'll get up, do my routine, brush my teeth and so forth, get ready for the day if I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym and so forth. I have another glass of water. At which point in time, it would actually give me a little pep, kind of like wake me up, and I wouldn't be as sluggish or as not motivated to brush my teeth or shower up, and it wouldn't just be going through routine, but it more give me as more of like an enthusiasm, like, oh shit, I gotta get going, So that's one of the things I noticed. During my workouts, for example, I did leg day the other day with my girlfriend, and we were kind of pressed for time, and usually, after doing so many reps, 5 sets of 15 reps of a higher weight than you would normally do, it usually takes about 60 seconds to a minute or so, to 2 minutes or so to rest, to try and recuperate. But I think with drinking the water, as far as my exercising go and actually keeping me hydrated, it actually gave me more of a motivation, more of a pep to like, hey, I want to get it, like the pump, like there was some type of pump there to get me going. So, and actually over time, I have seen significant change of me getting stronger. My skin actually feels a lot smoother. I guess you'd say I'm not as ashy, but I wouldn't have to use as more lotion. But growing up in high school, you have real bad acne and stuff like that. You have all sorts of products out there. Even now, I'm 28 years old, but with just the equipment, the environment I work in, I wear full wool uniform, my bulletproof vest, and unfortunately sometimes, with the heat, you get a heat rash or your acne flares up. But one thing I've noticed significantly, especially with, acne that I did have on my shoulders and back, that it actually has cleared up a lot. So, I wouldn't say it's 100% gone, but I guess you would say my episodes of flaring, or even when it does start to itch or rash out, or when the acne does go up, I guess you would say most of it is gone. It's not all complete, but most of it's gone. I think it has a lot to do with the water that I've been drinking. My dad is a drinker. He does, he does drink alcohol. His favorite beverage is Corona, which, it's not a bad thing. However, I texted Will the other day, not too long ago, and explained to him, like, hey man, I don't know what's in that water, man, but I think it's working. And he's like, well, what's up with your dad? Is he jumping up and down? Is he high energetic? Is he running marathons? I said, no, man, actually, he came home from work, and I explained to him, hey man, he said he was thirsty, and he said, hey, I said, well, why don't you have a glass of water? He was, all right, hey, I'll try the water. So I gave him a full glass of water. He drank it, no issues or concern. He said, hey, can you go ahead and get me a beer now? Yeah, sure, Pop, I'll get you a beer. Popped him open a beer, gave it to him. He had a sip of it, and he put it on the table. And usually when he gets home and compressed, he has about 2 to 3 beers sometimes. But it was actually the first time in my life I've seen him actually take a sip of his beer and actually walk back to the fridge, put the cap back on, and put it back in the fridge. But yeah, that was one significant. And even then, he's been bumping it up, where he gets up in the morning, has a glass of water, has 2 glasses of water now. And then even before he goes to bed, it actually has been helping him, because he does construction for a living. He's a masonry, carpenter by trade and so forth. and he's just aches and pains all over from hunching over on his back, doing concrete, curb and gutter, and so forth, landscaping. And actually, when he comes home and does his ritual to get ready for bed, brushes his teeth and showers, I always tell him, hey, have a glass of water before you jump in the shower, and have another glass before you jump in bed. And actually, when I come home at sometimes 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, when he's already been asleep for 6 hours, he's asleep like a log. So there are some good benefits there when it came to my pops. Recently, we wanted to see how our bodies would react to the water that we've been drinking, and we reached out to Will and said, hey, will this be beneficial for our pets? Because I do understand, animals can't eat the same thing we do. Like our dogs, the chocolate and avocados are poison for them, but yeah, it's great for us. Yeah. So we recently, about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we started giving the water to our dogs to see how it would work. And of course, with huskies, the issues with the fur, the high energy, the just the mentality and the mood that they bring, and the attitude that they have in the house. Not saying that their energy levels weren't anywhere below zero or anything like that, but even with them just drinking the water, we've seen a significance, in their fur, their energy levels. I mean, their mood. I mean, they're always happy-go-lucky, and I mean, I think in overall that what we've seen in the past couple of weeks, that it's their energy levels and their attitude that we've seen is actually to benefit them as well as a lot, especially when we take them for walks and runs and so forth. In my field, we work 3 to 4 days, sometimes a 5-day stretch. We try to work 10 hours a day, sometimes it's a 10 to 15 hours a day, depending what you got going on. And like I explained to him when I first started getting on, I said, hey, man, I haven't really been drinking the water, I've been busy with work. And like I said, I didn't want to be stuck on the toilet all day or being out on patrol and having to make pit stops at every 7-Eleven that I see. Right. But I think on my first set of days off, when I was able to actually be at home and relax and decompress and actually try the water and go for it, I mean, overall, I don't think it was like a negative experience anyway. If anything, I would say it's been a great experience and beneficial experience. I mean, even as far as drinking it, I'm in a patrol car for 10 hours a day, and going from radio call to radio call, or conducting traffic stops or traffic enforcement. And I'll tell you a quick story where my routine was: we start work, me and my partner, we go have lunch somewhere, quick bite to eat, handle a few radio calls, or even prior before we start handling radios, we go to 7-Eleven and we get one of those big smart waters, bottles, the big liters of them. Yeah. We buy it there on sale for, I think, for $2 for $2 at 7-Eleven, so we go and grab like 6 of them. And our routine was, hey, we're gonna finish 2 each before the end of our shift, before 10 hours. Good and bad thing is, sometimes on slow nights when the calls aren't as high, we're sitting in the car for maybe 6-7 hours straight, just driving around, doing patrol and stuff like that. And out of the 7 hours, I mean, we're stopping maybe 2 to 3 times an hour, looking for a 7-Eleven and go to the bathroom. One thing I have noticed when I was able to start taking it to work and have my little trusii bottle with the water to go, I've noticed that even though I'm only drinking small amounts of the water, my routine, I try to keep it going where, okay, I'll grab 2 smart bottle waters, and actually I had to force myself to finish the smart bottle water that I had, and I actually felt more hydrated, which was actually easier because, I mean, I'm drinking less water, I'm feeling more hydrated, and I only maybe had to go to the bathroom once or twice than I would usually have to. So, I mean, I think overall it wasn't really a negative experience or negative thing I've had about the water, but more of a beneficial experience that it actually helped me out in the long run. For myself and my family, I'd say it was very, very valuable. I mean, however, of course, it's only gonna be as valuable to you as much as you use it. I mean, at the time when I purchased our system, we figured, hey, if we're gonna use it for ourselves, my father, my son, or even for our pets, I think we should go to the top of the line and get the best bang for our buck. We have the system that's hooked straight into our water line and so forth. It recrews it every 15 minutes. It gets the hydrogen going through it and stuff like that. So altogether, like I said, we paid around ballpark around $7,000. But I think with the lifestyle that we have, I mean, I'm not saying just to use it because you're a police officer or a firefighter or any type of, but just with the stresses with life, that it helped me decompress and helped me get through the day and so forth at work and even at home with home stress and work stress. I think, I mean, when he gave us a price and stuff like that, especially for the top line, I was expecting to pay maybe a little over 10 grand or if not more. Yeah. But like you said, the benefits that it gives to you, I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, everything that I explained to you, the energy levels, the sleep, the motivation, the mood, the exercising, I mean, they almost make a pill for everything now. Yeah. But yeah, you got to take it 30 minutes before you work out. They make a pill for go to sleep, pill to give you energy, a pill for your metabolism. I mean, and of course, your product is just water. I mean, but then again, it's only going to help you the more you drink it and the more you use it properly. The less you drink, the less it's going to help you. If you're on the fence, I would say the least you can do is try it. I mean, all it is water, and I mean, what it's done for me is it's helped myself and my family. I haven't had any negative side effects. I haven't had any issues with it. I mean, I mean, I guess you would say the only issues I have with it is I can't drink enough of it. That's the only issue I have. That's a personal thing. So I mean, it's water and it's going to help you. I mean, why wouldn't you want to do something in life that's going to help you, even if something as simple as you can just add into your routine, you know, by just drinking it. You have to drink water to survive. So why not drink water that's going to give you a benefit on top of that?